Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ultimatum League 3.14. So this is the Balance Manifesto. I have not looked at it. I just opened it, and I went, boom, let's click record. Let's just get straight into it. What the fuck is all this? There's a lot of stuff. Let's just do the first thing you always do when this happens. So, Golem? No way. Wait. We've made balance passes on a large variety of skills that are performing above acceptable power levels, either through damage, speed of clearing content, or defensive benefits. These include Blade Vortex, Blade Blast, Toxic Rain, General's Cry with channeled skills, Seismic Cry, Carry-On Golem, and Vitality. Flesh and Stone has a 35 from a 25. Oh my god, that got nerfed hard. Vigilant Strike and his Threshold. Oh my god, there's so many changes. Oh no, this is so big. Holy shit. No zombie. No spec. Oh. Harvest Monster Life. The base life of all Harvest Monsters has been reduced by 30 to 50%, but Harvest Machinery gives monsters around 100% extra increased life on average. The intention is no difficulty change in Harvest fights, but Harvest Monsters created with the Desecrate skill have life values more in line with other desecratable monsters in the game. This is to address Corpse Explosion builds, getting a significant damage boost from having specters of specific Harvest Monsters. This strategy will still work, but the difference in monsters used won't be so specific. Okay. That's a Spectre. No skeleton, anime, no. It's just that. What is this mentioned on the Cluster Jewel? It says, we are wary about how accessible normally scarce stats such as Area of Effect, Skill Effect Duration, Aura Effect, Projectile Speed are on Cluster Jewel notables, given you can stack multiple of the same notable on the passive tree. As a result, we have made small numerical nerfs to several Cluster Jewel notables that grant the above stats. Aura Effect is nerfed again. Okay. Now, I see that there's like 5 things for Leech. What's this? As a relatively minor ascendancy change, Pain Reaver has been replaced with a new passive skill on the Berserker, providing defense benefits. Once you lose life from an enemy hit, it is designed as a high-risk defensive recovery mechanic, granting the faster leech rate. Okay. And then the other one, Immortal Ambition's Keystone Life Leech effects recover energy shield instead while on full life. Stat is now limited by maximum total energy shield recovery. Corrupted Soul. Okay. Oh. Preserves the desirable life effects not being removed at full life aspect of the Keystone, but limits how easy it is to recover your energy shield pool. Combined with the Corrupted Soul Keystone and the powerful recovery source. Oh, they nerfed it? Okay. So they're saying they nerfed that. Primal Aegis from the Elementalist now takes 75 from 100. It was too strong. I knew it. I knew it was strong, dude. God damn it. Oh! Ah! Okay. Let's start from the beginning now. We've targeted our few things. 4 minutes in. What do I think? There was no minion. There's just Carry-On Golem. We'll be fine. Vitality nerf. We'll have to see how big, but I don't start with Carry-On Golem anyways. So we're fine. They didn't touch any of my stuff that I start with. I honestly would have liked some buffs to the stuff I start with, but that's fine. And then they just did the generic. They've done all the generic stuff that everyone uses, which is like just good nerfs, I guess. Okay, so back to the beginning. Now we do audiobook for anyone new. I'm going to read through it and then I'll comment and reply on anything I find interesting. Alongside every new league, we aim to make balanced changes to a wide variety of character systems to improve build and playstyle diversity. That's what I thought it was going to be coming into this. This league, we focused on rebalancing a few specific game mechanics related to new blood-themed skills and Val skills, while lowering the power of specific mechanics that were dominating the metagame and were too far above the level of power we aim for. We've also made changes to the Atlas passive trees after reviewing their balance, and as a result of both Ritual becoming a core mechanic alongside the upcoming League reward changes, we haven't included the changes to League rewards described in our announcement here. Balance changes related to the new life costing skills. Low life, low mana, and low energy shield now all count as 50% or below. I didn't even actually know about low mana or low energy shield, but it makes sense. I did not know about that though. This new threshold is both a bit more obvious at a glance and is large enough a value that a player could survive for a long time on low life with the help of the new Petrified Blood skill. As a result, certain skills, passives, and items have been rebalanced and compensate. For example, the Punishment Curse effect that causes enemies to take more damage while on low life has been reduced in power as it now takes effects for a larger portion of monster's life. We made similar changes to the Assassin's Ambush and Assassinate passive Infernal Mantle and Replica Last Resort. The Blood Magic support gem has been split into the two. We saw that already. So that, yeah, you have the two. Is this really going to talk about all the blood stuff that I already went over? There are a small number of new passive clusters on the passive skill tree for generic physical damage as well as physical damage over time multiplier to better support the new skills. Certain sources of bleeding and damage over time multiplier for bleeding have been changed to physical damage over time to let them apply to corrupted blood in the new Reap and Exsanguinate skills. These include the Gladiator's Gratuitous Violence passive and the Ascendant's Gladiator Notable. Not all bleed-related passives and modifiers on items have been changed, so a full bleed-invested build and a build using both bleeding and corrupted blood won't always look the same. Corrupted blood now never counts as bleeding damage, so reductions to bleeding damage no longer affected. The Staunching Flask modifier and Pathfinder Master Surgeon Notable now state that they apply to both bleeding and corrupted blood. Corrupted blood damage has been rebalanced so it is more consistent between sources, so specific monsters that had very high corrupted blood damage will no longer be as strong, while others that dealt almost no damage will be dealing a more noticeable amount. Okay, I'm scared. Bladestorm now has a multiplier to bleeding damage while in blood stance, similar to the multiplier on Lacerate to enable bleeding builds on the blood-themed skill. The Elder Influence weapon modifiers that grant a chance for poisons or bleeds inflicted with this weapon to deal 100% more damage have been removed. In their place, Elder Influence weapons can now roll a new local poison or bleed damage over time multiplier modifier. The double damage chance modifiers were too multiplicatively powerful for these builds, providing power that only the modifier granted. Oh, double damage bleed is funny. Crit bleed. No, I don't even know. Does that work? Anyways. So they've been changed to an effect that is additive with other bleed, poison, damage multipliers. The way skills specify costs has been refractured. Skills now specify what resource they use. Consequently, stats can specify whether they affect all cost reservations or some combination. For example, the Righteous Decree Notable on the Templar now reduces mana cost of skills, while the Tireless Notable affects all skill costs. Nice! Some existing passive skills and items have been updated to affect all costs or reservations, but many effects are now resource-specific where appropriate, like the Inspiration support. These changes also open up new possibilities for alternate costs. For example, the Chainbreaker Keystone no longer removes Rage on hit, instead adding a small rage cost to all skills, which would then be affected by skill cost. They killed it. This has allowed us to keep Chainbreaker functional with spells while still losing rage when used alongside skills that don't hit like damage over time spells. As a major benefit of these changes, reservation skills no longer have an associated cost by default, so you don't need the current mana available to reserve a skill. Even when your mana is completely depleted, you can still enable an aura, making it much easier to swap out auras to turn one on again if you accidentally disabled it. What? Because of this, mind skills now have a mana cost and a mana reservation. This means that both modifiers to cost and reservation both affect their appropriate parts of mind cost, so Indigon no longer provides spell damage without affecting mind cost at all. Okay. And then Atlas passive balances. Atlas passive balances. So we're on to the Atlas now. We've made a series of changes to the Atlas passives for a variety of reasons. Don't even worry, I get it. Certain modifiers provided more rewards than the average rewards granted by Atlas passives, so have had their chance for rewards lowered. Some are obvious ones, like high-value targets or diplomatic escort, while others are more subtle, like Seance, which effectively added so much item quantity to areas that it was subtly boosting core drops like maps more than a single Atlas mechanic should. It's 20 fucking things. What's high target values? Are these the harbingers? High value targets. It's gotta be, right? Legion. So their first one was Legion, and then is this the harbinger? Yeah, that's the harbinger, and then this is the, okay. All three? Okay. I didn't like the Legion anyways. It's really good, but I didn't like it. I liked it at the end when my build was OP, which effectively added so much item quantity to areas that it was subtly boosting core. Okay. Certain modifiers provided fewer rewards than the standard reward increase per point invested. Certain modifiers provided fewer rewards than the standard reward increase per point invested, so have had their chance of rewards increase, for example. So they buffed up Invasion Exotic Goods. It was bad. Good thing I didn't test it. I think I played it like 2 times and said, this is shit. Certain effects made more sense grouped together, like the Incursion passive, saying all monsters in the Incursion are magic, and then it's been moved off of Glenage Cares onto the existing time dilation modifier on Lexajoris, so Lexajoris is now completely focused on having more rewarding individual Incursion runs, and Glenage Cairns focuses on creating the best possible temple. Holy shit! That's so strong. Holy shit. Ritual has been added to Haywork Hamlet with 2 notables available. It replaces Beyond. That's okay. Power Hungry no longer exists. Ritual added with Harvest? Dude, that's such a good area because you don't need to juice. It's just free Ritual, free Harvest. You can live in Haywork Hamlet. It's going to be so easy. You could pretty much replay Ritual, but in this new league with Ultimatum. Oh my god. Dude, that sounds so unethical. Oh my god, you got rid of Beyond? It's so easy. Power Hungry no longer exists, and the Per Demon notable has been moved to Glenage Cairns. More Beyond in Glenage Cairns? Cool. As the pun was too good not to keep. Nice. Val skills. We've made a balance pass on damaging Val skills. Damaging Val skills. Where's the Val Skelly? Making them a more interesting choice relative to the Val skills that provide ongoing buffs. We want damaging Val skills in particular to have more reason to be used by a large variety of builds. The uptime for Val skills has been improved. Wait, it might also affect mine. Wait. Oh my god, I was gonna go animate weapon, but now they buff Val skills. Okay, okay, wait. The uptime for Val skills has been improved via various means. I didn't think of searching this, okay? Soul generation on unique monsters has been increased to 6 souls per 2% life lost with a 1-second cooldown. Holy shit! This is twice as many souls as before. Damaging Val skills have had their soul gain prevention times lowered relative to the duration of the Val skill. For Val skills that don't have a duration or ongoing effect, the soul gain prevention time is usually just 1 second. So, relative lowered. Mine has, dude, Val Skelly's has a long. Reduce the Val soul cost and or increase the number of uses on Val skills that had relatively lower impact per use compared to other, probably not Val Skelly. A balance pass has been made on all damaging Val skills. Note, in all cases, these have been buffs except for Val Righteous Fire, which now provides less damage to spells while active and now sacrifices a larger amount of your total energy shield and life. We felt it was too easy for any spellcaster to use this skill to get significantly more spell damage for a long duration with very little downside. Note, the fire damage over time aspect of the skill has been increased, keeping this an attractive option for builds focusing on burning damage. We have introduced several new unique items and made adjustments to existing ones to either give higher uptime of Val skills at some cost or allow you to utilize Val skills more easily on builds that struggle to fit them in. We're bringing back a thing to do Val skills that isn't a flask because we didn't like Val the Soul Ripper. God damn it, dude. What was wrong with the Soul Ripper? Why don't we have any discussion on that shit? God, I had this before, man. Val skills were pretty cool. I used them delving. Skill, and he killed him and killed him and killed him. Skill balance changes. We've made balance passes on a large variety of skills that are performing too well. God damn it, dude. Okay, so directly, General's Cry, I was thinking about using this with Vigilant Strike, with the Threshold Jewel, because everyone was doing it to get the Fortify in a Witch, because obvious. Carry on Golem, we want to use it. Vitality is really good, everyone uses it. Fuck, man, that's gonna hurt. Frost Bomb and Wave of Conviction have had their exposure values lowered. This Vitality nerf makes my Stone Golem build better, as these skills provided too large an elemental resistance reduction compared to other mechanics that have higher investment or penalties against bosses. Flesh and Stone now has a 35% mana reservation from 25. The defensive power of the skill in Sand Stance and the offensive power in Blood Stance was too high relative to other reservation effects. We've added a small reduction to Stance skill reservation cost on the Blood and Sand specialization cluster near the Duelist to bring the cost down slightly for appropriate builds. Vigilant Strike and its Threshold Jewel, the Vigil, have changed how they handle fortified duration and the durations granted so that the Vigil doesn't result in a very long duration fortify, instead granting a shorter fortify duration than a high level Vigilant Strike's base fortify duration now scales with gem level rather than through an increased fortify duration stat. Previously, players could gain 30 seconds of Fortify from 2 sockets in a single jewel, which was far too cheap for the defensive power offered. Divergent Berserk alternate quality now grants the Berserk buff 0.25 more spell damage per quality from 1%. 75% nerf. The effect was providing too much damage. And it could be paired with things like Enhance for even more. General balance, it's all nerfs. Oh, this is so big, dude. Holy shit. Quivers as caster offhands. Critical strike chance, critical strike multiplier, damage over time multiplier, and chain modifiers on quivers now only apply to attacks or bow skills. The Signal Fire and Rigwold's Quill's unique quivers have also had their physical damage added as fire and projectiles fork modifiers changed to be with attacks only. Bows with a quiver could outclass many caster weapons for a variety of builds, so this change brings total offensive power to a more reasonable balance without removing the option entirely, and also makes a lot more thematic sense. I remember my summoner builds with a bow and quiver and how it was outclassing, but we wanted to use Cyclone, so we had to use melee weapons to get Cyclone in the build, and then we swapped over to Wand and Shield, and you have to go Shield for Recover on block. So quivers are also very strong, and I've experimented with it before, but I like the Recover on block. It was the big difference for me. I noticed that this isn't touched in the build in the season, so Necro looking pretty good. Necro is looking pretty good, except for Fortify, Flush and Stone, but then we have new things, so should be fine. Physical Explosion Body Armors. Influence and Synthesis modifiers that cause enemies killed to explode dealing physical damage will no longer have a 100% chance to apply. Whoa. What? The replacement modifiers grant enemies you kill have a chance to explode. With a new lower tier influence mod being introduced that has a lower chance, this keeps the mechanic and open up the possibility of stacking explode chance with high investment, but it will no longer reliably wipe out packs of monsters through a chain reaction of explosions. Oh, because the next one... Dude, it was so broken. Holy shit. The Harvest Monster nerf. The Harvest Monster Life nerf, which makes killing monsters in Harvest easier, but then they have the 100% extra monster life. So it's probably going to feel similar, but it's a nerf to the Harvest Desecrate build. Okay, then we have Hexproof. Modifiers that allow your hexes to affect hexproof enemies such as Cosprey's Will unique body armor no longer allow your hexes to affect yourself while you have hexproof, as you are not your enemy. Yep, that makes sense. Poison Sextant. The Sextant modifier, which granted players increased damage and move speed for each poison on them, has been removed. Savvy players could run every map with this Sextant effect applied, usually through fracturing specific maps and the Harvest map enchantment that didn't consume Sextant usage with certain items that allowed them to apply large numbers of poison buffs to themselves so they could achieve extreme damage and move speed with little investment. Note to partially compensate, as we believe as self-poison is an interesting playstyle, we've added a new unique item that retains the damage and move speed per poison stats. However, these stats will now be capped at a specific value. Ooh, that's so crazy. What is that? I wonder what it is. What the fuck? Huge move speed off of self-poison, which you can self-poison in a Herald of Agony build? The damage isn't good, but the move speed's cool. Fractured Fall. Well, you could go damage. Yeah, because since you have to damage for the Herald of Agony, you could be a combo. Fractured Fossils and Beast Splitting. Splitting an item through Beast Crafting now applies a split tag to both items, similar to Mirrored. Items that have fractured fossils used on them also gain the split tag. Split items cannot be split mirrored again and cannot have imprints made of them or applied to them. So that's even bigger than what they first implied. You're not going to be able to make copies of base explode ones and shit. More than one. Atlas Mission Sustain. This improves the power of mirrors. That's huge, dude. Fractured Fossil change. Wait, this means you can't infinitely split a 100 Delhi map. You can only run the map twice. Oh my god. Woo-wee. What the fuck? That's huge. Dude, give me a second on that one. Whoa, that's a big one. I'm just reading the boom, a bomb. Okay, Atlas mission sustained. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, I didn't have too many. We've removed the bonus mission chance from awakening bonus objective bonuses. Mission chance from awakening objective bonuses. As Atlas passives combined with this bonus and other mechanics were resulting in almost endless supply of missions. Yeah, we've decided to keep the Atlas passives at full strength and remove the awakening objective bonus so the player has the choice to invest in more Atlas missions if they desire. I see. So you can still, you can still use the Atlas passives as intended, but this part was just too much free power. It actually didn't matter about the combo. It just is too much free power. They kind of mixed it up there because that confused me. It's just too much free power on the awakening objective bonuses. Since we got the Atlas passives, we don't need it, is what they're saying. But we'll miss it. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss my billion missions. I think we'll still have a lot, so I probably won't be running 9 billions on us this time, though. Delirium item quantity and rarity. We've lowered the standardized the amount of item quantity and rarity granted by Delirium Fog. So they now give up to double the inbuilt item rarity of monsters and up to 50% the item quantity of monsters. This now caps at maximum depth rather than at 50% depth as was previously the case. Oh my god. That's a half nerf. Like, you can still reach the same amount, but you have to... You won't cap at half. Yeah. That right? Or you're not capping your value or whatever. Yeah, okay. Passive tree changes. Read that. Read the aura effect. I read this mana thing. I read the leech thing. Corrupted Soul Keystone now causes you to gain 15% of maximum life as energy shield from 20. Yeah, it was too good. The Keystone allowed life-based characters to get large amounts of energy shield very easily, while the non-chaos damage taken by a passive energy shield stat didn't prove to be a specific downside for most builds taking the Keystone. As mentioned above, the Chainbreaker Keystone no longer causes you to lose 5 rage when you hit an enemy, but now instead has skills cost plus 3 rage. The Keystone allowed certain skills that either didn't hit, such as Bane, or skills that didn't count as you, such as totems and mines, to completely bypass the downside. Oh, Hardened Scars no longer grants Fortify during the effect of any life flask. Instead, now grants Fortify while recovering life from a life flask. The notable was granting Fortify too easily to any character that could maintain uptime on a hollowed hybrid flask with the Enduring prefix. Fucking OP. Jesus. The Necromancer's Essence Glutton notable has had the amount of mana regenerated when you consume a corpse lowered from 8 to 4. It was providing more base mana regeneration than any other source. And then the Primal Aegis nerf. That's pretty big. 25%. Damn, dude. What a fucking patch note. Well, manifesto. I pretty much... Yeah, we know what's going on. This... Wow. This is good for everyone who didn't like Delirium, because now everything else they do is better because it's not brought down by this fucking fog. Holy shit, man. Val summon Skelly buff. Dude, yes, man. Yes. Yes. Yeah! Yes! Val summon Skelly League start. Let's fucking go, dude. I'm okay with everything else, though. This is perfectly fine. This is pretty cool. I don't know how the fuck we get Fortify in a Necro. Well, I guess it's the same shit, it's just nerfed. Damn, that kind of sucks. Flesh and Stone nerf is huge because every build gets defenses nerfed, basically. That sucks. And the offense, potentially, if you were to run it in the other form. But now we'll just run that other mana reservation aura instead. Fuck it, dude. This is huge, though. And Vitality nerf. Like, this is so much of the current package, you know, like everyone just picks up these same things and then you're good to go. But I feel like we got some new stuff. We got some new stuff to use and some old stuff we can look at. But I think this is enough for this video. 30 goddamn minutes. Thank you guys for watching my audiobook and my opinion and my reaction to the Ultimatum Manifesto game balance. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Next up, patch notes, I believe, right? Let me wait one thing. This page. Next up, patch notes, passive skill tree, item filter. Yep. So I'll see you guys next up for that. And I pretty much now know that I have a Val Summon Skelly League start coming, and we'll try our hardest to get a Val version right away and do that. And that's going to be our start. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support. And thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon or the YouTube members today. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!